Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Sorry about the wait, guys. Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Vencabot. Pizza and a movie double feature action. My name is David. We're starting off pizza movie double feature, our first one ever, with a movie called House of Mystery from the year 1934. It's about an hour long here. It says. I'm not sure if it's actually quite that long, but it's it's probably gonna be a really silly film. I only chose it because it had an irresistible tagline, which was a summary that said that it's about a mysterious house, some murders, and I guess there's a gorilla or an ape involved in some capacity. So that's going to be godlike. I put a lot of work into this over the course of this week, getting this relatively high-quality version. It's still very low quality. It's a very, very old film, not very well preserved. But it is got pretty much no versions that look this good on the web anywhere, so I sort of had to go a little bit above and beyond to make this work. Before we get started, though, guys, let me show some photos of some pizzas here. In fact, we have my friend Brian's pizza, that is. Let's show that real quick if you guys don't mind. That's what I like to do. Display capture. Yo! Jump over here. This is Brian's pizza, very similar to the one we got last week. Looks beautiful. See, it looks hella supreme, dude. So much stuff going on. Looks tasty as hell. Not as good as mine, because this week I got a cheddar bacon hamburger pizza. It's supposed to be like a bacon cheeseburger, basically. It's a pizza with cheddar cheese. I have no clue how it's going to fucking pan out. Thank you for sharing, Brian. Make all the guys on YouTube jealous in the distant future, about probably like a year from now. Let's hide this and show what I've got here. I've got this garlic cheese bread, as always. This is one of my favorites from this Cottage Inn place. Ooh, just cheesy bread. I'm sure every cheese place has that. Every pizza place has that. This is more interesting. This is the cheddar cheeseburger pizza. It looks, honestly, quite tasty. It's got cheddar cheese and bacon, onion, and hamburger, of course. I'm looking forward to eating this immediately. I'm quite hungry. I haven't eaten all day. We just kind of went on a little trip there to the game store, bought some games, got some pizza, came back, and ready to sit down and watch this film. What's up, DJ Varmint, baby? Just starting the film, homeboy. So tuck in. You know, tuck your dick between your legs and let's get this shit going. Let's see here. I guess what I should probably do first of all is I should probably get the mood set. Let me knock this out here real quick, guys. How's the day been, DJ Varmint, baby? Like this, then be like, bloop. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. The atmosphere is now in place. Let's turn this off and then turn this back on. Okay, can I do? Aha, nice. Wow, it's actually working pretty well. Here we go. I'm ready, guys. Let me know if I'm too loud or too soft, guys. So, Old Man Motion to this pizza is godlike, too. This is truly an awesome pizza and a movie night, guys. We have at least 3 guys eating pizza simultaneously. Has that happened in history before? 3 guys eating pizza at the same time. Okay, cheeseburger pizza, I see you. The onion comes out really strong. I love that. I love onion. Asia, 1913. This is 20 years before the film came out. Isn't that crazy? This is 20 years before the film came out. Because this is where this part takes place.
Hi. Well, what do I want?
Brandy, sir.
Right.
He's at a bar in Asia. Looks pretty colonized.
Well, what's the matter? Do I look funny or something? Might it not be well for you to cut down on the drink a little?
Do I know you, sir?
Am I bothering you? Not particularly.
Yeah, back in the day, Brian, Asia's was a very small place, right?
Where are you going? See that notch dancer again? Now, wait a minute. Don't start telling me my business. You're taking a big chance, Prendergast. Those temple notch dancers are high-caste Hindu girls, and attention from anyone outside their own caste is apt to result in his disappearance some dark night. You mind your own business and keep out of my affairs. Come on, old fellow, let's be toddling along. Hey, take your hand off me. Who are you pulling?
Just run home and sleep it off. There's a good chap.
Just for that, I'm going to have another one.
You've had more than you can carry. Getting drunk in this country is a good way to get into trouble.
Yeah?
Here, what? Don't...
Okay, this guy's sort of like a degenerate, and apparently he's been ogling these dancing girls that are part of some kind of ritual. And they said that if a white man is ogling these fucking dancing girls...
Hey, why don't you look where you're going?
Damn!
He's
I'd like to get
supposed
fucking
be an
got.
archaeologist, but the only thing he's discovered so far is the dancer Shandu over at the Kelak Temple.
Something old man motion. What the hell's going on? Again, I'm not a history buff, but I guess maybe they're like researchers or some shit? Colonizers? Okay. I can see where his interest stems from. How many guys are in blackface, do you think? Were those apes back there? This movie's already fucking godlike, honestly. I'm super into it. Damn, I'm in the 30s? Uh-oh, guys. Again, I read the summary of this movie. Apparently it involves an ape. I think it's some kind of, like, cursed ape? Because that'd be sick. Uh-oh, here we go.
Why hast thou slain one of Kalai's little ones?
Well, I didn't mean to kill the little beast. He jumped on my shoulder as I came into the temple, and I struck him with my crop.
Why camest thou here to defile our temple by thy presence?
Well, the temple's open, isn't it? Take your hands off me, you swine.
Silence! Thy speech is as profane as thine act.
That's it. Tell my fortune, and find out what these dogs will suffer when the governor hears about this.
Through the sacred eyes of Kalai, I see the Sahib has been sent by learned men to our country to wrest from our monuments and temples the history of our wisdom and the history of her past. Sahib has deceived those who sent him. He seeks not the wise men, but their gold. Ere he leaves Asia, his pocket shall be filled to overflowing with bright gold. The gold shall not be his, but he will not scruple to take it.
Oh,
Knowing
man.
that on every rupee shall be written the curse of Kalai.
This guy got
Devil
fucking
Sahib,
exposed.
We may not punish thee, but Kalai will not forget. Sometime, somehow, somewhere, Kalai will mete out justice. It is said, Sahanto, Bhavatu, Shanti, Shanti, Om.
This shit is culturally insensitive, but I love it. I'm saying, Gypsy. What a...
I'll show you what I think of you and your curtain.
What? Oh my... So Kalai is like a deity. He says this guy's gonna be cursed now. What? Oh my... It's not Vincent Price, I don't think. Oh, maybe they have a relationship together? He's not just jerking off to her? This movie's incredible.
That was a close shave.
They might have killed you, Sahib. And they will kill me when they find me.
Yeah, well, they shan't find you, Shanda. How did you happen to be in the temple?
I had departed from the temple after the dancing ceremony. But when I knew the Sahib was in danger, I went back to help him.
How did you know that I was in danger?
My people feel the troubles of those they love.
Wow, sick. I think it's gonna always sound low because of the high noise floor. is very. I'm gonna try and read the volume here a little bit, but the noise floor is very high.
That's very interesting.
It was almost 20 years ago, Mr. Ellis.
Proceed, Professor Potter.
So now we're in the current day.
Well, my colleagues here and in England financed this expedition. That is, Mrs. Potter and I, put this Prendergast in charge. We understood that the backers were to share in the glory or the profits that might result.
Come to the point. Horatio, don't be so long-winded.
Hyacinth, control yourself. You know, I can't see a thing without my glasses.
Well, why don't you put them on?
Oh, I'm afraid I left them at home.
Oh, they're in your pocket. Stupid.
Fuck, I love these dude.
Hyacinth.
Old man Mushin, dude. What do you guys want to bet that fucking curse is gonna come back later?
Find this Prendergast, is that it?
Like, I got cursed, right? You escaped the monkey that one time, but
That is, Mrs. Potter and I have found this Prendergast. It seems that...
I was out shopping one day last week, and my attention was attracted to a Hindu woman who gave her name to the clerk as Mrs. Prynne. Now, I put two and two together and did a little snooping.
Mrs. Potter means investigating.
I said snooping, and I certainly mean snooping.
And what did you snoop? I mean, find out.
That this Mrs. Prynne and her husband live on a big estate in the suburbs.
they stole
This
that money.
Mr. Prynne is an invalid in a wheelchair, and he's attended by an English nurse.
Do you believe this Mr. Prynne really is Prendergast?
I know it. Any man would need more than 20 years and a pair of paralyzed legs to fool me.
And you both want to share in this Hindu treasure, is that it?
Certainly.
Well, naturally.
So this guy
it would
stole all the
strengthen
treasure
our
and left with one of
position
their
if I were
women.
to act as attorney for all the investors. Have you the names and addresses of these people by any chance?
Ah, I have it.
You're crazy. I have it.
The cranial fissure on Homo neanderthal is an endemic aberration. I knew I'd find it if I kept on. Oh, no, it's out this way.
That's the absent-minded creature that I've been living with for 35 years. And now he'll spend the day in the museum among the mummies. And when he comes home tonight, he'll tell me he lost something. And if he does, I'll crown the numbskull with a poker.
Damn.
Here is the list of the investors. It is correct, except that some of them have died. But you get in touch with all of them, except the dead ones.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Dear Sir, as a shareholder in the Prendergast Archaeology Expedition, I request that you be present in my office tomorrow afternoon, the 14th, at 2 p.m., when some important matters will be discussed among the surviving investors and those interested in the Prendergast Expedition. Okay, so this guy went on an expedition. He was funded to go out there by some investors,
The remaining
but he
investors
stole some money
or
and
heirs
ran.
are all present.
Now they want their money.
Mrs. Potter and Professor Potter, I know. Mr. John Armstrong.
Right. I'd like to get this over with as soon as possible. I'm in the insurance business, and I have a couple of hot prospects for this afternoon.
But we shan't keep you long, Mr. Armstrong. Mrs. Geraldine Carfax.
Yes, I'm here. Although I did have to get off of my deathbed to get here. You see, I suffer so from indigestion, and my blood pressure is so low that I just...
I'm in the insurance business. Once you read over our new policy, we have a new disability clause.
No one will ever be able to cure you but the spirit. No.
This movie's gonna be amazing, isn't it?
But I
They're gonna get wrecked by this monkey dude. All these guys.
Stella is my companion, and I never go anywhere without her. You see, I have fainting spells due to my operation.
Let's get down to business.
Mr. David Fell.
I am here.
Say, maybe I can interest
No.
you in a... Thank you very much.
Now, you ladies and gentlemen represent the remaining investors or heirs of the investors of the Prendergast Archaeological Expedition.
I should like to know, that is, Mrs. Potter and I should like to know, what became of the English investors?
There were but two of them, and they died 6 months ago, suddenly and very mysteriously.
Uh-oh.
Mysteriously?
They were murdered.
Scotland Yard is still investigating the case.
That's neither here nor there. Have you seen this Pren person?
Yes, Mrs. Potter, I have. He admitted his identity and explained that he changed his name to Pren for personal reasons. He informed me that he would be very glad to see and meet the investors and discuss the settlement on certain conditions.
And what conditions?
Huh.
Mr. Pren will explain all the conditions tomorrow night. He wants to have you all at his home at 8:30.
Yo, I know he is Moosh.
Here
I
in my
know he
office
is,
at 7:30. We can all go out together.
Okay, I'll be here. And incidentally, while I'm gone, I wish you'd look this policy over.
I shan't be able to go, my dear. I must be at the museum. They're going to unwrap the mummy of Ramesses IV.
That guy's so
Listen,
godlike.
you worm. You'll be at Mr. Pren's house tomorrow night and forget all about the Ramesses IV, or I'll make a mummy out of Potter the First.
Ramesses, I used to smoke them.
Well, I beg your pardon, Professor. I'll keep my hat if you don't
Here,
mind.
take your own hat.
Yo, this is already way better than I thought it was going to be. For all these characters going to this mansion from the guy that stole that money.
Although I ridicule the whole thing as an ancient superstition,
Well, they really aged him up really well.
I came to know that the priest was right. Suddenly, in the dead of the night, I hear the soft poundings of the tom-toms. Grotesque shadows appear on the walls. Great hairy hands press on my throat,
Oh my god.
strangling. My health has been destroyed. And as you see, I'm a helpless cripple. All these years, I've wandered over the globe, seeking some place where I could find peace. But nowhere in this world can you escape the curse of Kali.
Oh, the girls okay lie, dude.
Finally,
I feel you should keep the black and white effect for playing old man.
I went
Maybe I
back.
should.
I wanted to return the treasure to the temple, but the priests wouldn't take it. They said it was accursed. I've often thought of the original investors in the expedition, and I wanted to give them what was rightfully theirs. I was afraid that the curse would be carried on to anyone
Uh-huh.
who had any part of the treasure.
Yeah, right, dude. Greedy fucker.
Finally, I went to England and gave two of them their share. Within a month, both of these people had been found murdered. Then I knew I was right, that the curse of Kali would extend on to anyone who possessed any part of the treasure.
Uh-huh. Convenient, dude. Where's Scooby-Doo when you need him?
I realized my days were numbered, so I came home, back to the United States, to spend my last days in the country of my birth.
Fantastic. Fiddlesticks.
If you're so afraid of apes and monkeys, Mr. Pren, what have you got that one for?
I had an obsession several years ago that I might conciliate Kali by being good to the animals that were sacred to him. I made large endowments to zoological gardens for the care of monkeys, and that one I raised and kept with me until he died.
Oh, okay, it's stopped.
There was no use. Kali would not be appeased.
This is
Those
all
actors
very
got
interesting, Mr. Pren, but I should like to know when
Dude can
we
kill
are
whatever he
going to get
wants,
our
no
money.
strings attached, besides the 8.
When you've learned to appreciate the curse that goes with it,
Just what do you mean by that?
I'll give you all your shares on one condition, that you come here
and live in this house with me for a week and learn what happens to the possessor of it.
Why, this is absurd. It's just a scheme to cheat us out of our money.
That's what I'm thinking.
Pay me my share immediately or go to court about it.
Mr. Fells, it will take you much longer than a week to get the money by litigation. My terms are really quite easy. Shanda is an excellent cook, and I've engaged a new maid.
This movie's fucking sick, dude. If I was a shareholder, I would be like, I'm gonna head out.
Ghosts.
No, the phenomenon
You want that
I've
money,
been
Mushin?
describing
This treasure.
is not as easily explained as what you've just heard. That's a plumber putting in a new heating system.
I consider Mr. Prend's conditions very reasonable, and as your attorney, I suggest that you comply with them.
Well, I sincerely hope that you'll take Mr. Ellis's advice. And if you do, I'll expect you any time tomorrow.
Wait a minute, Mr. Pren. We have a right to know where that money is.
It's here, in this house. Over $2 million in gold and jewels.
$2 million? I'll stay. I'll stay.
Try and get me out of here. Just try and get me out.
Are you satisfied?
What I feel like I've seen this plot before. Isn't it very similar, Gypsy?
Ramesses unwrapped.
It's very much
forget
like
about Ramesses. And
House
try
on Haunted Hill,
remembering where you put your hat.
but with a monkey. So it's better. You'll counter $2 million in gold and diamonds. How's that guy installing the heater, huh? We got more characters now. Hey, this guy Scooby-Doo ass kind of.
Oh, dear. I feel terrible. You know, all this excitement is throwing my nervous indigestion again.
Yo, Brian, he's about to go ape shit.
Well, they say that's the beginning of the end.
Oh, don't be silly, Stella.
Well, my grandmother felt just like that 5 minutes before she died.
Well, don't be looking there. The money isn't hidden in here.
Well, I've read in stories that the best way to hide anything is to put it in the most obvious place.
It's probably locked up in the safe down his room.
Yes, I know one thing. Tonight, I'm going to have a seance.
Seance?
Pocahontas can tell me where the money is.
Okay. Okay, so we're just spying on people through this guy's lens, I guess. This movie's gonna be fucking godly. It's gonna be a very short one, guys. I'm saying dicks. That's where people always hide money. Why'd you look under the blankets? Like, I don't understand.
Hello. Let me speak to Mr. Gage, please.
This is Gage.
This is Fells. Listen, old man. You'll have to give me another day.
Yeah, and that's all you'll get. Nobody watches in the game with me than does me out of $5 grand. Yeah, and have that dough tomorrow or else.
All right. I'll get it somehow.
Use that money so quick.
Why, I got into Mr. Pren's room by mistake.
How did you know it was Mr. Prin's room?
Oh my God. Violent death by human agency. Dessert article. Right? So was he reading about Hindu expressions? Oh, he's doing a crossword. Murder.
Thank you, Mr. Armstrong.
That's quite all right, Miss Browning. It is Miss, not Mrs.
No, it's Miss.
Good. I'm suffering
Oh my
with heart
God.
trouble and dizzy spells
See with the
Oh,
fucking
how long
Birdman?
has this been going on?
The Birdman?
ever since I first met you.
Well, then it's probably temporary. You'll get over it.
Oh, no, if you promise to take my case, Doctor, I'll never get over it.
Your nerves seem to be very good.
Ah, in my business, you need nerve. I'm in the insurance business. Can I interest you in a policy?
I have a policy.
Really?
Yes. My policy is never to get intimate with strangers.
Good. Now that we're practically engaged, tell me, how did you come to get mixed up with the Friends, the Hindus, and the apes?
Well, I was engaged as a private nurse in London by Mr. Pren.
Oh, so you're English. Oh, I'm so happy. I always wanted to marry an English girl so I could have crumpets and tea for breakfast.
Then I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed.
Oh, don't tell me you can't make crumpets.
No, I can't make crumpets. I don't like tea. And I'm not thinking of getting married.
Tell me, what do you make of all this ape business?
I don't know.
You're the creeper we're drinking. Episode called A Night of Fright is No Delight, where Scooby
night
and the other
I-
four heirs to stay the
strange
night.
noises.
In the Uncle Mansion, I think, yeah.
Tom-toms. And footsteps on the stairs.
They're probably based on House on Haunted Hill.
I've often had to give Mr. Pren first aid treatment when he's been nearly frightened to death.
Oh, you're scared, aren't you?
Yes, but jobs are scarce, and Mr. Pren pays me twice as much as I could get anywhere else.
Let's go. Tea
Did it ever
and
occur to
crumpets.
you that this whole thing might be a fake, a hoax on Friends
For
Farm?
breakfast.
Oh, that couldn't be, Jack.
I don't trust
Why,
this
the
chick.
thing is
Gypsy.
gradually killing Mr. Pren.
That woman gives me the creeps.
Chandra
That's
is a
racist.
strange person.
Person? She looks more like Gandhi's ghost.
That's racist. God, holy shit. Holy, did you hear what he just said? Did you hear what that man just said? It's 34, ladies and gentlemen.
The frontal osteology is egregiously recessive.
Yes. I suppose you know that's caused by the malconjunction of the prenatal hiatus.
Quite right.
This guy knows about monkeys, right?
I guess if that guy got a stranglehold on your throat, it'd be just too bad, eh?
Yes, his gargantuan prehensility would be titanic.
You don't say so. I'm sorry.
Oh, Mr. Ellis,
Yes?
here's something might interest you.
I hated that insurance guy already,
book
but I
on
hate
the
him
law.
way more now.
Well, goodbye.
Oh,
Oh, don't forget, I have a patient to take care of.
but I'm about to have a heart attack.
Save it till later.
Headbutt this dude.
I'm for your medicine, Mr. Pren.
I was wondering where you were.
I was out in the garden with Mr. Armstrong. You know, he's really a very likable person.
Aren't you afraid I'll get jealous?
You couldn't be anything but your nice old self.
Damn!
Now, come on. Come on. Please.
Oh my god.
It's very interesting. Let's take a walk in the garden, Professor.
Well, all right. A little fresh air might do me good.
That's my favorite guy right there. Hopefully he doesn't die. So who's trying to kill who, do you guys think? I'm feeling like
Professor,
guy
I
left's
want to
dead.
show you this.
Guy on the right's gonna
There
live.
you are, you idiot.
She's gonna
Horatio,
die.
What did you do with your clothes?
Why, I packed them in a suitcase.
Oh, you did. You're quite sure of that.
Yes, my dear, I remember, because at the same time, I packed the
You're right,
dismembered
Brian.
bones of Ptolemy III and sent them to the museum.
You numbskull. You sent your clothes to the museum and packed Ptolemy III in your suitcase.
My Hyacinth, I can hardly realize...
Yes, you did. Now you get Ptolemy III off of my bed, or he'll spend the rest of his days at the garbage can.
I beg your pardon, Mrs. Potter. Something important I want to show you, and the Professor.
What?
It came to my office.
He
this
packed a
morning.
mummy with him?
Do not permit your clients to remain in the Pren house. They will be killed, one by one.
Uh-oh.
Scotland Yard.
I love this guy Mushin. The professor, he's so godlike.
I've never been to a seance. I've heard they're lots of fun.
The only spirits I know anything about are the 100 proof kind.
Mr. Armstrong, this is no time for levity. We may all learn something of vital interest to all of us.
Professor Potter, what are your ideas on psychical phenomena?
I don't believe anything I can't
Did he say psychical?
Anything you can't see, why, you're as nearsighted as a bat.
Now hyacinth.
Separation.
We shall now all place our hands upon the table.
Okay. Let's do it, guys. Hands on the
Place
table.
your left hand over your neighbor's right.
I don't have any neighbors. All right.
We shall now concentrate.
Do it, guys.
What's the matter with you? You look foolish.
We must have all the lights out.
Hey, guys, here we go.
You who have gone beyond the borders of time and place, hear our pleas for enlightenment.
Did she have to sing it?
Pocahontas,
Pocahontas.
is it thee? Speak to me. Tell me what force of evil afflicteth this household. What is that which afflicts our nostrils and enervates our senses?
Uh-oh. Possession?
It is I, Pocahontas,
Uh-oh.
will answer thee. This night, one of you will pass beyond the veil.
Oh, shit, Joe Gypsy.
Beware.
Who's dying tonight?
Vapor of death surround all of you.
Oh!
Look!
It's a reflection of that.
Oh, don't be absurd. Oh, it's moving. Turn up the light.
Where's the switch? Over by the door.
The lights turned on, you idiots.
Mrs. Carter! Oh,
Fuck.
She's dead.
Maybe we could revive her.
I don't think so. Her neck is broken.
What?
It's the kind of thing that's haunted me for years. And it will end
Save
only
Harambe.
when
Fuck
I'm in my
Harambe, dude.
grave.
oh.
He's trying to get his
What do you think we
revenge.
should do, Horatio?
Get Ptolemy the Third and get out of here.
Pocahontas was right.
Wait a minute. Where did you come from?
Outside.
What are you doing in here?
Same as everybody else, I guess.
Well, what were you doing outside?
Looking inside.
No. Why were you outside looking inside?
I was trying to get a line on the thief.
What thief?
The guy that stole my monkey wrench.
I think this is a bug house.
The house is all right. It's the people that are in it.
You're right.
The first thing to do is to send for the police.
What can the police do?
Maybe they could find my monkey wrench.
Nobody can solve this mystery but Pocahontas.
Never heard of him.
Say, this Pocahontas is the one that caused all this trouble. As far as
So
I'm concerned,
that-
you
it was
can
the woman
take
with
her
the-
right back
with
and
the
sit her down
indigestion
in
that
her
died, huh?
wigwam.
Oh, that woman.
A monkey wrench, huh? Yeah, he's a real one, Mulder.
There you are, folks. Now you can see what confronts us. Death is just around the corner. Have yourself insured. Take out one of our new $20,000 policies. Easy payments.
Wow. That guy's a dick. I kind of think he's great. But he's hella racist.
Don't let nobody in or out.
What the fuck is going on now? Yeah, for real, Gypsy Claw. This movie is ridiculous. Are these guys all police? Who the fuck are you guys with the fucking hats? The police wore back in the day? Oh, they're detectives.
That is prohibition.
Oh my god. Look at that white noise, kind of soothing.
There's been a murder committed here. Who did it?
That's your business.
Listen, lady, Inspector Pickens of the Homicide Squad don't take no lip from nobody.
Oh, Horatio, I'm being insulted.
Sir, I'll have you know this is my wife. All right, your apologies accepted. Who owns this joint?
My home. These people are my guests. My housekeeper. My name is Pren.
All right, Pren, how did it happen?
We were having a seance when Miss Carfax was strangled by the ape.
The ape.
No, not this one. This is a stuffed ape.
What?
Stuffed ape.
Stuffed ape.
Hey, you. Where you going? Get a drink of water. Well, don't try to leave the house. And that goes for everybody here. Well,
It's a long story,
I'm saying,
officer.
I'll make it a short
something's
story.
never
and-
changed, dude. Something's never changed.
Now, officer,
Fuck the
you know
police.
as much about it as we do.
Hindus, tom-toms, apes, haunted houses. Say, are you sure this
That's
seance
racist.
wasn't a sleigh ride?
I'm sure I don't understand you.
I've got it. All right, what do you got? The phenomena connected with the frontal development of the orangutan must be indigenous to all the anthropoids. Gosh, you have got it. Wait a minute. Where you going? To the zoo. Well, sit down. You're in one right now.
Sit down, Horatio.
Pipe down. I'm getting the orders around here.
Yo, deck this dude.
Boyer. Yeah. You go out and search the house and the grounds. You see any apes or anything that looks like monkey printers, bring it in here. Okay. You go out and watch the back door and don't let nobody out.
Oh, we got new characters, Gypsy. You know the new characters, dude? We're like a murder mystery now.
Don't do that. Has the coroner gone yet? Yeah, he took the body with him. No apes? No ape. No ape. No ape. They talked the servants. That Hindu woman does all the cooking and housekeeping. She don't know nothing. You know what? No. What? Something funny going on around here. I don't think that guy in the wheelchair is crippled. Struck me he might be phony. It struck me too. Me too. You go down and find out whether he's really paralyzed or not. And be clever about it. Use your beam. Be subtle. Subtle. Subtle.
You know what? No. What?
There,
Think of
how's
K.
that?
Rool,
Is that
is it?
comfortable?
My dear, I don't know what I'd do without you.
I really think you owe it to yourself to take out a policy. The way things are now, we don't know when one of us are going to be murdered.
But who would I make the beneficiary? Now that Mrs. Carfax is gone, I have no one left but Pocahontas.
Well, leave it to Pocahontas. One thing, she won't squander it.
I do hope all this excitement doesn't affect you, Mr. Pren.
I think I'll live through it. No, that's quite all right.
Yank that thing off, dude.
Clues yet, officer?
No, but I'm on the Taylor one right now. Look!
How dare you? Why did you do that?
What is it?
I beg your pardon, me foot slipped.
Oh,
I don't anybody leave the room. What's the idea?
I lost my bit.
What bit?
Just a little bit.
Are you sure you lost it in here?
No, I think I lost it in the garage.
Why don't you go out there and look for it?
It's warmer in here.
What's the use? What'd you find out? I found out he's paralyzed, all right. Didn't let anybody know what you were after, did you? You think I'm done? Huh? I was sub to it, just like you said.
That was subdual. I've got a massive clue. What the fuck? What the fuck? What is this monkey digging around for up here?
There it is again. What is it? The tom-tom.
Yo, best movie of all time, guys. Best movie of all time.
It's in there. Clancy. Hey,
Hey, let me at that thing!
Ah, that's the end of the ape.
Hey, get a dose of his own medicine.
The strangest looking ape I ever saw.
The fuck?
Why? Oh! It's not an ape, it's a man.
The fuck?
Goodness.
What if Rambo was a man in an ape costume, Gypsy?
So Fells was the murderer. Oh, no, it can't be.
It has to be. You people saw an ape, and here it is.
Yes, but Fells was at the table when we saw the ape's hands, when Mrs. Carfax was killed.
Ah, you were seeing things.
What's that smell? Incense.
Is he framed?
Now that I remember, incense was burning in a bowl behind Mrs. Carfax.
So what? We've caught the ape that killed Carfax.
You forget one thing, Inspector.
Yeah, what?
Who killed Fells?
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Fell's neck was broken just like Mrs. Carfax's.
So what?
A creature of superhuman strength did the killing.
Yeah? Well, if it was an ape, how did he...
The apes framing other people?
Ah, so this is the way you got in and out. Listen, you mugs, you go and find that ape or you'll be pounding the beef.
Oh, Chief, we looked all over the joint. There ain't a sign of it anywhere.
How about the garage? Search the ground, search everything, and find that tom-tom gadget. No son of an ape's gonna make a monkey out of me. Come on now, get going. Don't come back without some information. Come on, outside everybody.
You get the Carfax?
Poor Fells. I can't understand it.
What I can't comprehend is the reason for the monkey suit.
I think the explanation for that is relatively easy.
What
Fells
is it?
was heavily in debt. He knew the money was in the house and made up his mind to get it. No doubt he got that gorilla suit when he went to town this afternoon. He thought that if any one of us saw him prowling around the house, he'd have time to get back to his room during the excitement.
Poor devil. If he'd only believed in the curse on the treasure.
We'll all be killed, one by one, just like rats in a trap.
And for what? Just a few paltry dollars. I, for one, am leaving this house immediately. Horatio, get my coat.
Nobody's leaving this joint until I solve this murder.
Dun dun
Horatio,
dun.
are you going to allow this vulgarian to browbeat me?
Sit down.
Now, see here, my man.
Sit down.
Oh, if I were only married to a man instead of a dictionary.
Now listen. Nobody's putting nothing over on me about this ape business. There's a murderer in this house, and I'm gonna find him.
Yes, and while you're trying to find the murderer, we'll all be killed.
Oh, no, you won't. I'll keep my eye on every one of you. I won't turn my back for a minute.
Oh, no, you won't. Ooh, man.
Give me police headquarters. This is Pickens. Let me talk the corner. Hello, Bud. Come on out and get another body. Yeah, somebody croaked him when I turned my back. Oh, don't worry. With Ned Pickens on the job, there'll be no more murder.
Uh-oh. Tom-toms of death. Oh my God, who's getting it next,
Wait a
guys?
minute! Who's out of this room? Armstrong. The insurance guy. He's the one I suspected all along. Let go! Help! Quick! Help!
Oh my God.
Help!
Yo, kick the door down, dude. Oh no.
It's in here.
Rest in peace. Oh, he's good.
Quick, the ape, it went out that window.
All right.
What do you want to do, let it get away?
All right. Let's hear what happened.
Well, after I left Fells' room, I came in here for a handkerchief. The incense was burning. Then all of a sudden I heard the tom-toms, and the ape climbed in through that window.
Yeah, I suppose you expect us to believe that, Hooey.
Well, what do you mean?
Find the apes?
No apes.
What about the garage?
Nothing there.
Do you hear that? We've combed this house and grounds from end to end, and there's no apes around. You're the guy that called our attention to this instance before. You know what I think? What? I think you're the murderer. And this last gag of yours is just a stunt to throw suspicion away from yourself.
Why, that's absurd.
I've been listening to some of your talk.
And I know what your purpose is.
You're crazy.
Sell insurance?
Crazy like a fox. You cooked up this whole thing for one reason.
And what's that?
So as you could sell a lot of insurance.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous in my
Lawyer,
life.
Clancy, put him under arrest, and then there won't be any more murders.
Just stay together. Oh my God.
Water.
She's alive.
That Poco spirit sure let her down. How's he?
He'll be all right.
What happened?
What happened?
It was terrible. Miss Walker felt faint. She started towards the French window to get some air. Suddenly the tom-toms began.
Damn, look at this chick.
The ape came through the window. She screamed. He grabbed her. That's all I remember. I must have fainted.
Who the hell is
Well,
Miss Walker?
Mr. Big Shot, I guess that lets me out.
You can save yourself the trouble, Inspector. I assure you that ape is quite dead.
It's ridiculous, keeping us cooped up here like this. 3 people have been killed already. The house is bewitched.
Mr. Ellis, you are our attorney. I insist, that is, Mrs. Potter insists, that you take means to get us out of here.
My clients are perfectly justified in wishing to leave here, Inspector. You have no right to make them stay here to become victims of whatever's going on in this house.
You're no closer to the solution of this mystery than you were after the first murder. Boy, you ought to get a medal for the way you gummed this case up.
This isn't a case, it's an epidemic. Telephone. Telephone. Phone. Hello. Oh, hello, bud. Yeah, I'm up to my neck in apes. Come on out. We got 2 bodies for you now. By the time you get here, it'll probably be an even half dozen. We'll wait for the coroner, and then we'll call it a night. Cigarette. Cigarette. When the coroner gets here, why, we'll take a statement from each of you as to what you did and saw last night. And then we'll all meet at the district attorney's office tomorrow.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Where? Clancy, cover that door. Cover everything. Look there.
The fuck?
If it looks suspicious, let him have it. Well,
Hello?
what do you mean, hello?
Oh, just hello.
Where have you been for the last half hour?
Oh, here, there.
Yeah, well, just what have you been doing here and there?
Oh, this and that.
You know anything about this Tom?
What's his last name?
Say, listen, you, pop out with a good alibi or I'll pinch you for murder.
The only way that you can prove that you're not a murderer around here is to get yourself killed.
Batutore Barrenda.
What'd she say?
She thinks I should go out into the garden and get some air.
Well, all right. Don't try to make a getaway. There's a
Stay
cop out
together.
there.
Oh my God. Uh-oh.
Who's that? Where? At the door. Oh, fire!
Wow.
They got me! Turn off the lights! Be calm, everybody, be calm. Who's dead or missing? Smith. Where's Smith?
He's gone.
Yeah, I figured that out, too. Where are you going?
Oh my
I'm going to
God.
find Mr. Prem. He may be hurt.
All right.
The handyman's
Inspector,
off that loud.
Read this.
He's definitely Strung out. Inspector Pickens, get Ellis and his client out of this house and meet me at his office. Withdraw your officers and make it look like you're giving up the case. Scotland Yard.
What do you make of it? This is the second note I've had like this. The man who writes them evidently knows what he's writing about, and I suggest that we follow his instructions.
Well, I should say so. If you don't value your lives, I value mine.
Say, remember, this is a frame-up of yours. Pickens will be right with you. Clancy, go out and find Penn and that Hindu woman and tell him I want him at the district attorney's office tomorrow. And make it emphatic.
Tomorrow.
Emphatic.
Wait a minute. What about Ella?
Someone
Miss
planted it.
Browning?
You saw the
We
hand
can't
planted
go
it,
out and
right,
leave her here alone.
Oh, fiddlesticks. She's lived here long enough without getting into trouble. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I want to meet this Scotland Yard guy and get the lowdown.
The gun shop was
Maybe
a
it's an
distraction.
English shape.
So they'd all look away. Then someone slipped it there.
And the district attorney wants to see us as soon as we get through here.
Well, it's almost time for Scotland Yard to put in an appearance.
I bet this is all just a scheme to get us away from the Prynne house. I've been doing some thinking, and it's going to take more than an old coot of an ape to make me give up my share of that money.
Let's go.
It's too bad that ape didn't attack me.
Yes, it is too bad.
What's that?
If he had, I have no doubt of what the outcome would have been.
But she lives there. She can't really just dip, I guess. She's like, I guess I'm just gonna pass out then. What? Miss Browning, if you value your life, leave this house at once. Meet me at the office at Attorney Ellis, Scotland Yard. Oh my God. She's fucking trucking. Let's go.
Why, Ella, dear, where are you going?
I'm leaving, Mr. Prynne.
Leaving? What for?
I'm afraid of what's going on in this house. There might be more murders.
I don't think so, my dear. Now those other people are gone.
Why, you think they had something to do with the murders?
One of them did. I'm quite sure of that, my dear.
But what about the ape?
I've come to believe that the ape was an obsession of mine, brought on by brooding for years over that foolish curse.
What?
Please don't leave me.
I always laugh at how exaggerated the way people act old. It's so good, dude.
You know, there's something I've wanted to talk to you about for days. But I hesitated because... Ella, darling, I wanted to ask you to be my wife.
What?
Chanda.
Why, no, dear, she's just my housekeeper. You know, she's been brooding a great deal lately, and I think she's terribly homesick. And I think I'll let her go back. There's no hurry. Take your time and think it over.
Well,
In the meantime, please don't leave me. And
Look at this
after all,
up,
my
roadkill.
dear, a brave little nurse doesn't run away from her duty.
all right, Mr. Prynne. I'll stay. I think I'll go to bed now.
My dear.
Good night.
So I'm thinking something's going on, Dix.
Scotland Yard.
She's dead, right? Wait, what? No, she just came here.
You, the man from Scotland
Are you doing
Yard?
roadkill?
Yep,
Who's
I've seen
Spyro?
him before. He's the McCoy, all right.
Scotland Yard.
How do you do this, Byron? Is that how you do it? You have to ask her.
Scotland Yard first became interested in the case when 2 people were killed in Friend's house in London. The case baffled the Yard officers in London, and they came to believe implicitly that the Hindu curse was behind the murders.
Nonsense.
That's what I thought. And when I was assigned to the case, I found out that Mr. Prynne was having a new water system installed in his house. That's how I became the dumb plumber.
Have you solved this mystery yet?
I have,
Then why didn't you tell us about it last night and prevent the murders?
but I didn't solve it until after the murders. As a matter of fact, we haven't any actionable evidence yet. We must trap the ape and whoever's behind him. That's why I asked you to meet me here.
All right, let's hear the story.
Let's go with the plumber,
We're
dude.
not all here yet. We must wait for Miss Ella Browning.
He's an English
You didn't say
detective.
anything about her in your note. She wasn't in the room when I left. One of you would have had to tell her. And the walls at the Prynne house have ears. I left a note in her room. She should be here any minute.
Why didn't you tell me? I'd have gotten her out of there. I don't care for this whole setup.
Oh no. 7 months, dude. It feels like even more than that, honestly, roadkill.
Chanda, You know, I don't think you've been looking at all well lately.
You think so, Sahib?
Yes, I was thinking that an ocean voyage might do you good.
Oh, my God.
How do you think you'd like a trip back home?
Will the Sahib go with me?
Well, no. No, you see, Shanda, I have a lot of important things to attend to here.
Do you wish me to go alone?
Yes. Well, that is, you can go on ahead, and as soon as I clear things up, I'll join you.
Very well.
Oh, man.
That's a good gal.
Oh, man. He's about to get killed. What the? Oh. Is he paralyzed or not, dude? Oh, man. Ooh, easy game.
Not bad for a cripple, eh?
My people have taught the Sahib many tricks.
You know,
Oh.
I have to laugh when I
He
think how we
massaged his legs,
fooled
got
all
the
those
feeling
chaps
back.
with the curse of Kalai. Kalai, old kid, you're all right. Come on, Shanda. Drink a toast to Kalai. Kalai, my pal.
Hit your pal, dude.
Here you are to Kalai, who knows nothing.
And here's to Kalai, who knows everything.
Well, here's to both of them. All 6 of them. Long may they wave.
Oh, my God. Back when guys dated girls, well, older guys, they ended up asking for marriage
Yes,
so
sir,
quickly.
Kalai.
It's so dumb.
We certainly fooled them, didn't we? When that old priest of yours spouted all that junk about a curse. He didn't know I'd have a chance to make good use of it someday, did he?
No, she's pissed off as fuck. Headbutt this dude.
There.
Uh-oh, she put the fucking incense in the thing.
You...
Oh, she's summoning Kalai, dude. Oh, my God. What a twist. I think I missed a month or two is why, because I think I originally subbed around this time last year. I appreciate it, dude. Oh no. Yo, rest in peace. Just in time, roadkill. Oh man. I almost feel like it's a parody.
Tom,
I think
another
it's
murder.
meant to be a parody of House on Haunted Hill.
If anything happens to that girl...
That's why it looks like Vincent Price.
Tom comes again. I know, but it's gone now. Where's Mr. Prynne? He is asleep. Poor man, he's tired. The tom-toms didn't even awaken him.
Are you sure he's asleep?
He's asleep. The Ma'am Sahib must also be tired. Why does she not go to rest?
Oh, that's what I was trying to do when those darn tom-toms started again.
That dress kind of all right. Ooh, my God.
It is done, O Kalai. Revenge is thine.
Took you long enough, lady. What's that way, Gypsy? Wait. What? I feel like that dude would have made some noise if he was being killed, huh? Dude, you got wrecked by a giant ape, dude. You don't make any noise when you get killed by a giant ape. Put the hands on your neck, you can't make any sounds. Oh, that's the incense, dude. Gonna try and get her romantic rival killed. Oh no. So I guess she's just a murderer and she has trained the ape to kill when it smells the incense? Oh my god, dude. That's so weird because I swear this blonde chick was in Scotland Yard scene for a brief moment, but I think she was, yeah. I think there was editing his mistake. Which is godlike. The movie's everything I hoped it would be. Everything I hoped it would be. It's dumb as fuck.
That's her room.
Ooh! King Kong's little cousin. Nah. Oh my god. Yo, fuck Harambe. Blast this dude! Open fire! Get him! Get him!
What are you trying to do?
Want to see who it is? Why, his head won't come off.
Huh?
Why, this ain't the real McCoy.
Now he feels bad, dude. He killed his
thing
animal.
is so obvious, folks. This man, Friend, was a self-centered miser. And when the investors in the old expedition insisted on a showdown, he preferred to kill them rather than give up the money. Is that clear?
The only thing that's clear to me is that we're not going to get any of that money.
Now this Shonda, the Hindu woman, was also a priestess of Kali and could train an ape. Where did they get the ape? 6 months ago, an ape was stolen from the Metropolitan Zoo. The same thing happened in London a year ago.
Wow.
Mr. Smith,
What's up, Jiffy?
what we'd really like to know is how the murders were committed.
Here. Very simple, my dear Mr. Pickens. Very simple. The ape was trained to go immediately to the incense when it heard the tom-tom and break the neck of the first person it met. Miss Browning, I hope you've recovered from the shock. Thank you very much. You have?
Where did they hide the ape?
In the secret panel of that bookcase.
Ah. But Prem was paralyzed. Clancy proved that.
That's what he thought. But a man of Prem's willpower could easily fail to react to a kick in the shin.
If Prem was the murderer, how come he got croaked?
Yeah. Shanda was jealous of Miss Browning, the nurse, and had the ape kill Prem. She also tried to have the ape kill Miss Browning.
Shanda, while we're standing here gassing, she's getting away. Wire, Clancy.
Don't worry. She won't get far. I've attended to that.
It looks like everybody is handling this case but me.
You guys thought it didn't make any sense, right? You guys thought it was totally senseless. Well, look at it now, guys. Everything all wrapped up with a bow, dude. Perfectly written.
Look, I found this. You're a racist. You're
Wow. Fucking wow. Holy shit. What a movie. What a movie. That was everything I hoped and dreamed it would be, guys. That was the dumbest movie we've ever watched in Pizza in a Movie. It was exactly what it said on the tin, dude. Murder mystery, treasure, world travel, killer apes. What a pile of garbage. 1934, guys. Racism. Excellent. Gypsy says, that was a drugged up fever dream if I've ever seen one. We gotta figure out when House on Haunted Hill. Was this a parody? Was this literally a parody or what? Let me move over here a little bit. Let's stay black and white, though. Okay. I'm just going to raise the volume up here a little bit.
Right.
That movie was fucking ridiculous. Guys, it's a double feature tonight. We're actually moving on in a few minutes to a much better movie I think is going to be, I think it's going to be anyway. The Most Dangerous Game. Much more moody, much more serious. Racism. Excellent. It had everything you could possibly want, dude. From a film from the 1930s. House on Haunted Hill. When did this come out?
Where are you going?
In 59? It's based on a book, though, right?
Don't start telling me my business.
No, it
A
wasn't.
big chance, Prendergast.
So this movie came out
Notch dancers are high cast in
more than 20 years before House on Haunted Hill.
Is apt to result in his disappearance
So-
some dark night. You mind
So,
your own
that being the
business.
case-
Keep out of my affairs. Come on, old fella, let's be toddling along. Hey,
What is with this trope, right? Because it's also brought up by Old Man Moosh, and this trope was used in a Scooby-Doo episode as well. Of, you know, the millionaire inviting all the heirs to their house,
getting drunk in this
and then them dying overnight.
get into trouble.
That trope existed more than 20 years before House on Haunted Hill. Now that movie was godlike. This movie was fucking trash, but I enjoyed the fuck out of it. It was the perfect dumb 1930s horror comedy. The movie Clue. This movie was like, it was like basically Scream. Excuse me, it was like a scary movie, but in the 30s. Like, it knew it was dumb. It had a lot of comedy in it. The premise was ridiculous. It was great. The Most Dangerous Game I've seen before. It's about a crazy asshole. Yeah. As in high school I read the book, or the short story, whatever it was. I think a lot of people did back then. Kind of cool they aged her up too. The makeup's kind of nice actually. Like she actually looks really young here. It's kind of older later. Same with the guy. Good fucking shit, guys. I'm gonna go on a very short break, like 5 minutes. I should probably leave the pizza here and eat a little bit more while I watch the second film, I guess. Huh? And then we're going to come right back and watch Most Dangerous Game from 1932. 2 years before this, but thankfully the film was preserved much better. This is a really poorly preserved film. It looks real rough. This one we're going to watch next looks real beautiful in glorious black and white, but very, very high definition. So we're going to check that out here in a minute. I'll be right back, guys, with more Pizza and a Movie double feature. Wow, that movie was ridiculous. That movie was stupid as fuck. Clip it for future blackmail. Yo, Faust. It's real. This is that time that Vencabot said that racism was great. You son of a bitch! Don't you fucking let go of me! No! Alright, here we go. I'm gonna do it, guys. I want it to go up, right? Wow. That movie was fucking godlike. Oh my god! Oh my god. That was the stupidest film I've ever watched on this channel. I feel like there was that at the very top, then Angel and the Bad Man, and then it was probably House on Haunted Hill, honestly. That film was pretty stupid as well, but it's also really good. Much, much better than this movie. I think House on Haunted Hill is also pretty poorly written in terms of like the plot, but the directing in that film was great. It was just enchanting, in no small part due to Vincent Price's performance, but also the shots were quite brilliant. Remember that scene in that film, guys, when the hanged woman is like floating outside the window, and the noose like starts to creep in through the window like tentacles? Oh, that's so sick. Okay,
It didn't work.
let's get things set up here for
Wait.
Most Dangerous Game. Pizza
I
and a
just
Movie
died,
double
bro.
feature.
I'm right here. Look behind you.
But the shitty Street Fighter 1994 isn't public domain
What
yet.
the hell just happened?
Get another 100 years. I'm sure it'll public domain eventually.
I died and I'm back.
How about the Street Fighter though, GT? Fuck Street Fighter the movie. How about the Street Fighter?
No, I chucked it over here.
Those are going live very soon on YouTube now, finally. Probably in the next
died.
month we're going to start seeing those go live on YouTube.
And I got an
Those movies are
achievement.
fucking godlike. Oh my god. Let's see here. The Elsa. It's kind of interesting to see these movies back to back because this one looks so good, like the quality is so high, and the other one looks so damn gnarly. Really goes to show how important it is to preserve your, your media.